everybody's very excited about this ice cream taste testing. Ooh. Emilio, do you like ice cream? So hello and welcome to Digesting the Soul. I'm excited today because I'm going to be taste testing with you 2 new limited edition ice creams for the holidays. Now this is a brand that's new to me. It's called Jeni's, Jenis, and you can find that at jennies.com. And I sort of just stumbled across this ice cream. I actually was in a grocer's here in the Southwest called AJ's Fine Foods. And of all places, I was in the bakery section because I was just sort of cruising around seeing what they had for holiday offerings. And I noticed a standalone upright freezer. And when I went over to it, it had the most amazing flavor combination ice creams, and I just absolutely had to try it. So on the website, you can put in your zip code to see where Jeni's may be offered in your location. The second place where I live that it was offered was also Whole Foods. So I did take a trip over there. They unfortunately were not selling any of the holiday flavors. They had about 5 of the everyday flavors. So you could also check Whole Foods if that's closer for you. Now I'm trying 2 out of 6 limited edition holiday flavors, and I chose these specifically because they're sort of from their Boozy line. Their website says that they do use top shelf liquor, and obviously it burns off in the process, so no worries about getting tipsies. And get ready for the price though. If you thought Haagen-Dazs ice cream was kind of spendy, I paid $9.49 per pint at AJ's Fine Foods, and it looked like at Whole Foods they were in the $9 range as well. But this is artisanal ice cream. This is pure ingredients, unlike a lot of other ice creams. You may or may not have seen a video that I did a few years back on carrageenan, which is an emulsifier, and to me it's something that's a very toxic additive, and I don't eat anything with carrageenan in it, and probably 90 to 95% of ice creams have carrageenan, so it really kind of wiped out a lot of options for me. So Haagen-Dazs is what I mostly consume because they're just pure ingredients with no additives. So Jeni's does promote on the website that they use no stabilizers, emulsifiers, there are no synthetic flavorings or dyes, so that was like cool beans for me. And I believe they're located in Ohio, and the great news is if you go to their website, they do deliver, and it's a flat rate shipping fee, and it looks like depending on your zip code it's about $13, and there is a minimum order of 3 pints, but it's the same shipping rate no matter how many pints you order. So you can also obtain it that way. So I picked 2 very traditional Christmassy flavors, and I'm gonna start off here. Here's the first one. Hopefully that's focusing. And this is called the Boozy Eggnog, and it's described as a egg custard spiked with nutmeg and Middle West Spirits whiskey, velvety texture and flavor with notes of caramel and vanilla. And they are saying that there are 3 servings per container, and they consider a serving 2/3 cup, and that is 340 calories. It's 22 grams of fat and 6 grams of protein. Those are always the things that I look at. And it does have potassium, 207 milligrams, because obviously it has milk in this. So the ingredient list is cream, non-fat milk, cane sugar, egg yolks, bourbon whiskey, and they're specifying that it's derived from corn, wheat, rye, and barley, and tapioca syrup, sea salt, natural flavorings, spice, bourbon vanilla extract, and that's about it. Yes, it says Jeni's Splendid Ice Cream, Columbus, Ohio. So let's open it here. What I really like is it does have a very sealed, you have to actually break this, which is great, so you know it hasn't been tampered with. And so here we are. Looks a lot like, no, I just dropped it, vanilla bean. And let's give it a taste. It's been sitting out, so it's semi-soft now. I'll turn it that way. Wow, it is exactly like, it tastes exactly like when you're drinking a whole fat eggnog. It's very, very good. And did it say nutmeg? It just says spices. But obviously eggnog, sorry. That is my cat Emilio next to me waiting for his taste test. I have 3 cats that really like ice cream, so they're sort of surrounding me here. And here he is. Let's see, would Jeni be upset if, Emilio, let's see, Emilio. Oh, he's jumping down to get the lid, which has fallen. So, sorry about that. So what I was saying is, the nutmeg is very pronounced on here, which it should be because it usually is a nutmeg, and I think that's why I like eggnog so much. I'm a big fan of nutmeg. I use a lot. I put it heavy on my French toast as well. And so in terms of the alcohol, which she says is whiskey, it does have a slight alcohol flavoring in it, but obviously nothing like if you were doing a shot of whiskey, which burns and is, for me, hard to drink. I definitely can't do shots straight. I would need something to mix it with. But yeah, it's subtly there, but in the best way possible. So thumbs up for me. I definitely like this. If you like eggnog, you're gonna love this. So moving on now. The second flavor I chose was the cognac with gingerbread, and I am also a really big fan of gingerbread and ginger snaps or candied ginger. If you've ever had that at Trader Joe, it's so good. So this is described as a warming cognac ice cream with notes of butterscotch and brown sugar, dark caramel sauce, and heavily spiced gingerbread cake pieces throughout. Now, the ingredient list on this is a little bit longer, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing, and it's because that it has the cake pieces. Obviously, they have to list all of that. But again, the first few ingredients are non-fat milk, cream, cane sugar, caramel, and then she goes into the ingredients, vanilla, and then the ingredients for the gingerbread. And it does say that it has molasses in here as well, which is what I would expect. And again, 3 servings per container. A serving is 2/3 cup. And 1 serving is 350 calories and 21 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, and there is 220 milligrams of potassium in this. So I will break this seal once again and try not to drop it on the floor. Oh, wow, look at this caramel. I'm a huge caramel fan. I do make my own caramel, so this is a big deal for me. I don't think I have ever opened a pint of ice cream that has had so much caramel that it's overflowing on the lid. Kudos, Jeni, so far. It's a winner to me. And you can see there's a lot of chunks of the gingerbread. And I have to say, I don't think I've ever had gingerbread and caramel, but I guess like the cognac sauce might have caramel. Okay, and this one, the cognac is definitely the pronounced flavor. And then it is that butterscotch, the caramel, it's a butterscotch caramel. And I would say the third taste, as you're finishing tasting it, is definitely the gingerbread. And obviously it's gonna vary how big of chunk that you have in each bite. Let me see if I can just get, here's a little bit of gingerbread. That's very nice. It's a very dark traditional gingerbread. If you've ever had like those thick slices of warm gingerbread cake with like whipped cream, and the whipped cream is melting, that's exactly what that tastes like, if that's a dessert that you love. Wow, you'll be crazy about this. But I'm just gonna taste the caramel on its own here. Wow, look at that. Yeah, I'm also a big fan of butterscotch. I really like classic old-fashioned sort of flavors. So like maple ice cream is one of my favorites, butterscotch pudding, you know, gingerbreads and eggnog. I think the only thing traditionally I don't like maybe is fruitcake. Maybe if you have any good suggestions for like the best fruitcake, I'll try it. Wow. That is truly indulgent, and I have to say, I have a huge sweet tooth. I can consume probably more sweets than the average person, and I don't know if I could eat more than maybe a 4th cup of this at a time. It's really rich, and there's a lot of flavors going on there, so I wouldn't say this is one of those pints where you can just eat the whole thing. I can do that. I have a tendency with mint chocolate chip. I could definitely just sit there and eat the whole thing because it goes down so smooth. But this is delicious, and this would be a really great dessert to have on your menu if you're throwing a holiday party or dinner. Hot fudge sundaes is what I'm serving for dessert for my Christmas dinner, and partly is because my tradition is I make homemade cinnamon rolls for Christmas morning. So since I've had sort of a heavy pastry, I don't repeat that after dinner at night. So I like to have ice cream, and hot fudge sundae is like when I'm on death row and it's my last meal, the dessert is a hot fudge sundae, classic hot fudge sundae. So I think that's about all the information that you need. I highly recommend going to the website. There's a lot of information there. She'll list all the other flavors, and I'm definitely going to be trying out the other flavors. One of them that I saw when I was there at AJ's was called Cream Puff. I love cream puffs. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. And if people seem to like these reviews and want to see more, then I'll definitely put these on videos and share them with you as well. So thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'm wishing everybody great health and all the best, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.